Hi guys, and welcome back to Leslie Through the Looking Glass. I'm so happy to have you here for another Mental Health Monday. If you're a new viewer, welcome. Thank you so much for coming to check it out. For my returning viewers, as always, thank you so much for supporting me on my journey. If you guys are here and haven't already, please go down below and hit subscribe. And if you hit the little bell notification next to it, it will alert you when I post new content. And I would really appreciate that, guys. I would love to continue to be able to share and spread the word about mental health and just opening that dialogue. Let's get right into it today. I want to talk about a TED Talk that I watched a couple weeks ago on anxiety because it talked about a couple different coping resources, and I have taken the time to try to implement two of the things they talked about in detail, and I felt like I should share them with you because I really did notice them being helpful. And as somebody going through this, like I'm always asking my therapist for new ideas or tools or things I can try and practice. And these were, one is something similar to what I've already been doing, but another one is something that we haven't touched on yet. And I think it's a huge game changer for me personally. So my goal is maybe that it will help somebody else too. And that's why ultimately I'm doing these videos, you guys. I'm hoping that along my journey, as well as sometimes just like getting things off my chest is helpful, but I'm hoping that with each video I post, really I hope to reach somebody else or give somebody else a tool or camaraderie that we're all in this together. So the first thing they talked about, and this is something I feel like I've already implemented to some degree prior to watching this, but it was talking about procrastination and anxiety and not wanting to do things because you don't know how you're going to complete the task or how to complete it perfectly and stuff like that. And so it's giving yourself permission to just do things badly and not hold yourself to this like super high level that's not attainable for most people. And I kind of feel like I implement that somewhat already because one of the things I mentioned before on my video about my vacation week was how I kind of force myself into scenarios even if I'm not like 100% on board. And like that's how I challenge myself and grow. And so I feel like this is kind of similar. Like instead of just beating yourself up or having all the answers, you just kind of do it. And if it doesn't go perfectly, you're okay with it. And then you just improve upon it or try again, or the next time you know what to expect because you did it. And I think this is helpful. I think it's very hard. The thing about this tool is you have to be somewhere where you're willing and accepting of what you're going through. Like in the beginning of my anxiety, if somebody told me this, it wouldn't have mattered because I didn't know how deep I was in. So until you get to that point, I don't know if that's like a super helpful tool in the beginning, but it definitely is something that I think can be helpful once you're to the level where you're capable of doing that. The other thing is something I think everybody should probably incorporate, anxiety or mental health aside. I think it's a really good thing. And it's giving yourself forgiveness, being willing to forgive yourself. And this is the main one I really wanted to like share and talk to you guys about. Because in the video they explain, and anybody who is living with this stuff knows that like we are constantly second guessing ourselves. We're beating ourselves up over different ideas or different struggles. We're always wishing we did something better, wishing we did something different, all that kind of stuff. And it's about giving yourself grace and the ability to forgive yourself. And it sounds so easy and simple, and it's not something that was been really easy for me to incorporate. It's been a challenge. But it has, on the occasions I've been able to like really step back and say, that's okay. Like, this is your life right now, and this is what you're going through and your struggles. It has been really helpful. Like, it's like just a release almost. Like, and the way they explain it in the talk, which I'm going to link this specific TED Talk in the description down below. So if you're interested, you can see it because she does a much better way of describing it all. But one of the ways they say in this video is like, if somebody was constantly putting you down and telling you did that the wrong way or that you're not good enough or whatever, you're going to try to minimize that person in your life. You're not going to be around them as much, etc., etc. Why then is it okay for us to do that to ourselves? And that's like the gist of her point. And it's hard. I still always second guess myself. Down to like little stupid petty things. Like I'm always worried that I'm going to be upsetting somebody else. I'm worried that somebody's not going to like my choice if I'm the one making it. With little things like going out to eat, or whether to eat at a restaurant or take carry out. I second guess myself and I worry about if my husband likes that idea or doesn't want to do that. And who cares? Like, right? I mean, if he doesn't want to do it, he'll tell me he doesn't want to do it. If he doesn't really want to do it, but he knows I do, he might go along with it anyways. And that's part of being in a relationship, right? I don't need to feel guilty with that. But as somebody with anxiety, that's what I do. So giving yourself that break and not holding yourself to that same like high standard that's just unattainable and that defeats you because you didn't reach whatever goal or standard you think you should, you just beat yourself up even more for it. And that literally does no good. And it's so much easier to say that than to implement it, which I know because I've been trying really hard in the last 2 weeks to do that. And on the occasions I'm able to do that, it really is a helpful tool. So it's something I'm going to continue going forward, trying to work on. If you have a panic attack because the anxiety gets to be too much, like I feel guilty that I wasn't able to like control it better. I'm now learning to be like, okay, you're okay. Don't beat yourself up for having this panic attack. We're going to move forward and go on to the next thing. Or if you don't handle a situation that you thought you were going to handle easily or well, it's okay. There will be a next time, and next time, hopefully the outcome will be different. So those were 2 things in the last couple of weeks that I've really been like focusing on and challenging myself to incorporate. And I really think that they are helpful tools, especially the forgiving yourself and giving yourself that grace because, and I think that's a good advice for anybody, it obviously it's not an excuse by any means, or it's what happens. And if we're not okay with ourselves, how are we going to improve, right? And if you beat yourself up too much, you're just going to get defeated. So hopefully that helps helps you in some way, or gives you a tool that you can add to your arsenal so that when you are in a high stress situation or high anxiety situation, you can just be a little forgiving to yourself. So that's my goal going forward for the next couple weeks, is to continue incorporating that because I do think there's a lot of good. Couple quick things I want to touch on going forward. Next week, guys, I am going to be introducing my first, I'm going to be doing kind of a month of November thankful paying it forward challenge. And for the people that want to do this alongside me, I'm going to end with a little giveaway for those who complete it. I will have all the details for you guys next week on Mental Health Monday. So it's definitely going to be a little bit different video, and I probably won't go as in depth on my regular like mental health topics that day. And then this weekend, I will have a Disney content video coming out. I have a couple pin trades that I've been sitting on that I wanted to open and share for you guys. So I will be doing that on Friday or Saturday. I'll put that up. And then just one quick story on just like signs and the way the world works. Because this is something that happened to me this weekend, and I'm not gonna lie, it kind of freaked me out initially, but now it's like this weird sense of calm that I'm on a good path. Me and my husband have been in our home for about 4.5 years, and I this weekend was cleaning and doing like some odds and end cleaning, like not your everyday stuff, like cleaning out drawers and reorganizing. And I was cleaning out our medicine cabinet in our master bedroom, and this is not the bathroom that we use the most, but it's still a cabinet in our bathroom. Like I go in there probably once a week for something. And like I said, we've lived here 4.5 years. So I was cleaning it out and taking stuff down and like wiping out the shelves and getting rid of some stuff. And I was cleaning the middle shelf and I see something silver on the top shelf, and it's right in front. It's in front of a lotion bottle and nail polish remover or something like that. And it's a big silver ring. Like, it's not small, right? And I'm sure you can't really see it good on the camera, but there's a lot of writing on it. And I knew it wasn't mine, and my husband doesn't wear jewelry really except for his wedding band. And I noticed the writing, so I looked at it, and the very first line on this ring says, "Do not be anxious about anything." And it's a Bible verse. I'm not an overly religious person. I have faith. I believe in a higher power, but I'm not a big Bible person, and I don't, know all of the stories that well. But it was just crazy to me. I mean, we've lived in this house 4.5 years. I don't know how I wouldn't have noticed something being there previously, because when we moved in, I cleaned all the cabinets, we painted, like we did a lot of stuff in the house. And it's not like it was tucked behind something. It was literally like somebody set that there for me to see. I was super creeped out initially and like mind blown, because it's just such a weird thing. Obviously, I assume it's the people that used to live here. I assume somebody left it behind, but how it didn't get seen for 4.5 years, and how right now, when I'm on this journey and creating this channel and sharing my story with you guys and sharing my life and my anxiety, it was just crazy. And now, after sitting on it for a couple days, it just really, to me, felt like somebody or something moved it there so that I would see it, to kind of give me a sign. So I just thought I would share that because it was really interesting to me. Let me know, you guys, if there's any topics coming up you want me to talk about. You can always message me on Instagram or whatever, or leave it in the comments down below. If you stuck with me this long, let me know. What do you think? Do you think this is just some weird coincidence? Do you think it holds some sort of meaning? Comment below. If you've made it to the end, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you made it. And as always, I appreciate you guys so much for watching. And until next time, you guys, take care, be kind to yourselves, and practice forgiving yourself this week. If that's the only thing you do, give it a try. Bye, guys.